Welcome back to another Habs Daily News with your hockey coach, Guru Code Frenchy. Today, episode number 121. What do you have on the menu, coach, today? We have a lot. First of all, the rookie camp start this week. I'm going to talk about who are they. Then I'm going to talk about the golf tournament happening on the Monday, September 12th, exactly today. Then I'm going to talk about 5 different storyline we're looking for the upcoming year, 2022-2023 for the Montreal Canadiens. So don't go nowhere. Here we go. Before we start, please click on the like, subscribe to the Hockey Nation Live Show. Leave me a comments about the episode 121 and sharing this video. That would be great. And hopefully you enjoyed the first Hab brunch with Marco Larrabee and our contributor Karen Hans happening yesterday. If you missed it, we invite you to look inside the channel, your Hockey Nation Live Show, and look for the Habs brunch. Let's dive in talking about the first subject of the day. So the first subject of the day, guys, about the rookie camp is going to start this week in Buffalo. The Montreal Canadiens announced the list of the players. We have 28 players going to participate on this rookie camp. And I want to mention who are they. First of all, we have Owen Beck, Cédric Guédon, Emile Henneman, Riley Kidney, Philippe Mézard, Yann Mézak, Joshua Roy, Xavier Simoneau, Gerald Savkovsky. All the players for forward are really going to pay attention. As the defenseman, of course, Justin Barron, Jenny Fairbrother, Caden Coley, Jordan Harris. Lucan Mailloux, unfortunately, is not going to play because he is injured still. Mathieu Norlander, Mikael Tourigny, William Trudeau, and Aber Ajak. Finally, as the goaltender, I'm only looking for Joe Verbedick. The other players, guys, they are usually invited by the Montreal Canadiens. They try, it's a little bit like a PTO. They try to maybe to get a contract from the Montreal Canadiens, and possible they play in the East Coast Hockey League if they are really good, possible on the American Hockey League. That's happening about this list. Then I want to mention what's happening over there. But first of all, they have 3 games. They're going to start September 15. And they practice every single day from the 15th to the 20th. The 19-20, after they're returning from Buffalo, the 18th, they're going to practice in Montreal. Finally, they have 3 games. They're going to play over there. Again, the Buffalo, the first game. The second game, again, the New Jersey Devils. And then finally, the last game is going to be Sunday at 12 o'clock. Again, the Ottawa Senators. So this is the rookie camp. Of course, the Habs Daily News is going to give you all the update every game they're going to play for the following day. Okay, let's move on for the next subject of the day. And I want to talk about a 5 different Habs storyline ahead for the upcoming season 2022-2023. And of course, the first thing we're going to talk about the next captain. Who is going to be the next captain for the Montreal Canadiens? Many people talk about the favorite is Nick Suzuki. Can Brendan Gallagher, the veteran with the Montreal Canadiens over 10 years, can become the next captain? Some mention Joel Edmondson. We're definitely going to hear this the next couple of days or week. Who is going to be the next captain? So something is going to be a storyline for the upcoming year. The next is where will Savkovsky is going to play next year. Look like a will have 3 double L today. I apologize. So Savkovsky have 2 choices. Honestly, he will try to be a part of the roster for the Montreal Canadiens at the beginning of the season. If not, he's going to returning in Laval Rocket to play in American Hockey League. They are the 2 locations he can play for the upcoming season. Then the next one is the redemption tour. What are you talking about, coach? We know Montreal Canadiens as a team did not do well last season. Honestly, they finished at the bottom of the standing and they got the first round pick and they select Savkovsky. But they have other players. They have to bounce back. And I mentioned some of them. We have Brendan Gallagher. We have Christian Dvorak. We know both of them struggled with some injury, but still Gallagher can play better. Same situation with Dvorak. Whatsoever, Dvorak have 17 points in the last 21 games under Martin St. Louis. Mike Hoffman overall did not performing very well with the Montreal Canadiens last season, really disappointment season. We know where he's usually is great is on the power play, and Montreal Canadiens was at the bottom of the standing on the power play category. So something Mike Hoffman hopefully is going to get a little bit better this year. Joel Armia, another player, struggled with some injury, COVID situation. Armia did not finish the year, returned in Finland earlier. And then we have Josh Anderson, 19 goals. It's not bad, but Anderson should score at least 25 goals plus per year. Would be interesting what he's going to do for the upcoming year with the Montreal Canadiens. We know he carry on a big contract of $5.5 million per year. Generosity of course, Marc Bergevin. Then we have Kirby Dach. Listen, the Montreal Canadiens gave a lot to get him. They really believe he can become a solid center in NHL. First of all, they draft Romanov to get a 13th overall pick, and then they trade him to Chicago to get Kirby Dach. He just signed a contract of 4 years at $3.36 million AAV. We'll be interested what Dach is going to do under Martin St. Louis. Finally, Sean Monahan. We know Montreal get him with a first-round pick, 2024, 2025. Depends what the situation, who's going to finish in their standing. But Monahan, again, he's coming back with 2 hip surgery, did not performing well the last couple of years with the Flame. The 28 years old veterans now, we know he have over 4 seasons of 30 goals plus during his career. Is the time maybe to step up and finish strong with the Montreal Canadiens, because is this his last season of his contract? He's going to become a UFA. We'll be interesting what Sean's going to do with the Montreal Canadiens. I want to talk now for another storyline for the Montreal Canadiens is the youth movement and defenseman. We just saw the rookie Kim roster, and you can see the Norlander, the Harris, the Barron, the Cooley, the Frey brother, the Ajax, the Tourigny, all been drafted by the Montreal Canadiens. Only undrafted Ajax was not. Listen, this is going to be really interesting year for the Montreal Canadiens. I believe the forward with veteran, a young prospect like SUZUKI and Slavkovsky possible and Caulfield, they're going to be great. But on the defensive side, this is where I believe they're going to struggle. We know they are Savard, Whiteman, Madison, and Edmondson veteran, play a couple of years in the NHL, but they had to add at least 2-3 other defensemen, young core, and this is something we have to follow up their development during the year. I wouldn't be surprised. It's going to be a little bit like a carousel with them and back and forth and possible. And plus, you have to add Corey Schoeneman, whatever, is 27 years old. It's been in NHL only half of the season with the Montreal Canadiens last season. The next one I want to talk about, and this is the last one on the 5 Habs storyline ahead for season 2022-2023. Talking about the goaltending carousel. What are you talking about? Listen, last year, Jake Allen got hurt twice. Montembeault struggled at some point with some injury, of course. And then Kaden Primo joined and played over 12 games with the Montreal Canadiens. I expect that kind of same situation where Primo can play 8 to 10, 12 games with the Montreal Canadiens this season. Same kind of number for Montembeault, maybe 15 to 20. And then finally, the rest of the game is going to be by Jake Allen if he stays healthy. We know now the situation with Jake Allen look like they have kind of conversation or negotiation between Jake Allen and the Montreal Canadiens for an extension contract. Allen is at the end of his contract with the Montreal Canadiens. Remember, he signed a 2-year contract over $2.8 million. How many years he can sign with the Montreal Canadiens? Many fans thinking 2 years. I predict 3 years below $4 million, so possible 3 at $3.5 million. And let's move on now, guys, for the next subject of the day. The last subject of the day, guys, is about the golf tournament is going happening today, September 12th, for the Montreal Canadiens. This is the first one since 3 years ago. The Montreal returned to do this golf tournament. We know this is all about their foundation for the Montreal Canadiens. It's a great event. And then they add a roundtable with Jeff Gordon, Ken Hughes, Martin St. Louis, with the host Chantal Machabée. This is not going to be only at the golf tournament, but it's going to be live on the social media. This is something we have to maybe follow up if you are Habs Montreal fans. What time, coach? Honestly, we don't know. It was a TBD when I look about this. So pay attention a little bit the website or on the Twitter to look about what time they're going to have this roundtables. This concludes, guys, all the subject we have for the episode 121. Here we go. That's conclude another great episode of the Habs Daily News. Hopefully you enjoy it. But before we leave, we invite you, don't forget to click on the like, subscribe to the Hockey Nation Live Show. Leave me a comments about episode 121 and please sharing this video with your on your social media. And finally, yes, you have greatness inside of you. Have an amazing, blessing day, everybody.